on the Speedway as the lovely Carolyn Waiter. We'll sing our national anthem. At this time, we'd like to ask you all to please rise. Carolyn?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Donny Scheffler, top time in the Sportsman division, and the lovely Carolyn Wainer doing an excellent rendition of our national anthem. With me tonight, and what a treat it is, I have Jim Trado, the announcer at the Sheboygan County Fairgrounds, helping me out on this great big night of racing action here at the Hales Corner Speedway. Sale tickets are available here tonight. Friday night the 29th, the gates open at 4 p.m. Warm-ups at 6:30. Friday night the 29th. Correction, Saturday night the 30th. Gates open at 3 with racing at 6 p.m. Rain date for that great two-day show is Sunday, October 31st. Correction on the rain date for the Beertown Nationals. It's Sunday, October 1st. Okay, setting the field for the first 10-lap Sportsman heat of the evening. On the pole, car number 26, Jimmy Straseski. He's aboard the Cudahy Bowling Center entry. Outside of him, car number 9, the M&W Industrial Equipment Chevelle. It's driven by Scott Boaschef. Next row inside the headquarters bar, Pontiac, Bobby Waltho aboard, and outside of Bobby in car number 20, the Schleppers Speed Shop entry, Danny Met. Third row inside, the Initial Systems, number 12, Bobby Rasmussen. And outside of Bobby, in the TNS Auto Body, number 36, it's Terry Patenode. Fourth row inside, the 1989 Hales Corner Sportsman Champ aboard the Borchard Speed Automotive, Radke Salt, number 1, Al Teachin. Outside of him, we're not sure who's in car number 69. It's car number 69, a Sportsman Camaro. The word we get, it's Jim Peetson in car number 69. Final row inside, car number 2. That's Pat Hacksaw Heaney. Outside him, car 77, Kevin Getch. Rough and tumble action down there between corners 1 and 2, with currently Scott Boaschef having the upper hand, but Terry Patenode's on the move in car 36 as Patenode works high in the speedway, then low in his radical wedge car. Patenode mounts a challenge for the lead. Terry Patenode is your new race leader. Patenode, 9 Boaschef, 44 Bobby Waltho, car number 26 Straseski all out front in the early going as Patenode stretches it out over Boaschef. Terry Patenode running like he's on rails as he puts a bunch of distance between himself and Boaschef riding second. Waltho continues to run third with Straseski fourth as Meck gets out of shape in car 20, allowing Peetson to gain valuable ground on the speedway in car 69. Peetson works outside of 44. Bobby Waltho, he advances to fourth. Jimmy Peetson, the 1989 Sheboygan County Fairgrounds champion, goes inside of 26. Jimmy Strzeski and battles door handle to door handle with Strzeski for that number 3 spot. Peetson goes third, dropping Strzeski to fourth as 36 Patenode continues to set the pace. Patenode enjoying a straightaway advantage over Jimmy Peetson, who's just disposed of 9 Boasheff for that number 2 spot. On the move, Pat Heaney in car number 2 as Heaney works the outer groove of the speedway, advancing to fourth, and he looks inside of Scott Boasheff as they dice for that 3rd spot. 2, Heaney will work his way to 3rd at Boasheff's expense as the laps wind down here in the first 10-lap Sportsman heat of the evening. Patenode just 2 laps from victory, with Jimmy Peetson still about a straightaway in arrears. Heaney continues to ride 3rd with a badly misfiring engine, and Boasheff hangs on the 4th in car number 9, but now has a rear view mirror full of Kevin Getch in car 77. White flag, race leader Terry Patenode. Victory in this 10-lap heat race will go to Terry Patenode, the driver of car number 36. Jimmy Peetson finishes 2nd. 3rd goes to car number 2. That's Pat Heaney. 4th, Kevin Getch in car 77. As Dwayne Sweeney waves the checkered flag of victory in favor of Terry Patenode, the 28-year-old driver from Oak Creek. He's in his 4th year of Sportsman competition, or actually 3rd year of Sportsman competition here at Hales, as he started out as a Hales Wales competitor, a proprietor of his own body shop down in Milwaukee South Side, and wishes to go on to bigger and better things in the world of auto racing. Dwayne Sweeney, a legend in his own, hands the checkered flag of victory to Terry Patenode, and Terry goes to the infield area. Okay. Continuing with Sportsman action, the second 10-lap event of the evening about their old trackside. Remember to hang on to those ticket stubs from tonight's action here at the Hales Corners Speedway, as 10 $100 parties will be awarded by yesteryear's Pub and Grill, tonight's trophy sponsor here at Hales. They'll go to 10 lucky fans as you walk through the gate. Of course, you had your ticket stub handed back to you, and we'll be selecting 10 lucky winners at intermission. Great to see old Dwayne Sweeney, and he isn't really old. Dwayne Sweeney, of course, the official starter of the Indianapolis 500, on a busman's holiday really tonight. Dwayne started his career as a flagman right here at the Hales Corners Speedway, waved the flag in favor of many drivers who went on to bigger and better things. Of course, Dwayne did too, and always a pleasure to have him out here guest flagging the events here this evening. The lineup quickly: Mike Arnold from the pole, outside of him J. Paul Weber, car number X. 97, Eddie LeMay Jr. 13, Dan Moosebach. 5, Frank Dankenberger. 51, Larry Richards. 112, Dan Scholl. 1, Donny Scheffler. Mike Arnold, the first-year Sportsman driver, currently leads the chase with 33, Moosebach in hot pursuit. Then it's 97, LeMay. And outside of LeMay, in the X automobile, it's J. Paul Weber. A lot of sheet metal flies from that sandwich on the main chute, of which Weber was the meat, as number 13, Moosebach takes command. Moosebach out-sprinting 97 LeMay. He's out in front in the early going with 5, Dinkenberger running into number 3 slot. Moosebach still in charge, but 97 LeMay moves up. He challenges Moosebach from the inner groove of the speedway. LeMay down on the bottom, Moosebach on the top, a new race leader. It's 97 Eddie LeMay as Dinkenberger in 5 tangles with 13 Moosebach. It puts them both out of the hunt. Donny Scheffler now in sight, a race leader. Eddie LeMay Jr. in car 97. Scheffler runs second with X. That's J. Paul Weber third, and 51 Richards currently ranked fourth. Richards in car 51 advances to third, dropping Weber to fourth, but the action's up front as LeMay continues to hang on to the top spot at the halfway point. 5 laps complete with Mr. Excitement, Donny Scheffler knocking on his door. Scheffler goes to the top. Scheffler takes command of the event. Scheffler once again out to make a clean sweep of Sportsman action here at the Hales Corner Speedway, and it looks like he's well on his way to a heat race victory. Scheffler well out in front of 97 Eddie LeMay Jr., who now has to worry about Larry Richards in car 51 closing in as the Montello driver who normally runs his own. And Richards' automobile slows when Scheffler has 2 laps remaining. The Richards machine has its problems and he pulls to the infield area. A fire in the Larry Richards automobile. A fire, could we have the fire crew over here? A fire crew over in corner 3, we got a job for you. Larry Richards pulls to the infield area and the fire goes out as car number 1, Donny Scheffler, picks up the checkered flag of victory from starter Dwayne Sweeney. 97 Eddie LeMay Jr. will finish in the runner-up spot. 112 Danny Scholl credited with third. J. Paul Weber will round out the top 4 in his North Star abatement. Yesteryear Pub and Grill number X automobile. Attention in the late model pits. Gentlemen in the late model pits. We want the late model semi-feature immediately upon completion of Sportsman Heat Race competition. We're 2 events into the Sportsman Heat Race program right now. 2 more are... Two more Sportsman Heats are yet to be run, and we want the late model semi immediately upon the conclusion of Sportsman competition. Eight-lap Sportsman Heat Race events on the Speedway. At present, number 89, Mike Halyuson in the Xander Auto Salvage Chevrolet Chevelle from the pole. Alongside of him in the O'Connell and O'Connell Law Offices number 57, it's Dave O'Connell. Second row inside. We're not sure who the driver of car number 57 is. We'll call him driver X this evening. Outside of him in car number 34, it's the rookie, Greg Garnett of Racine. Next row inside from Dousman in the RC Communications, number 18, Roger Scheffler, and alongside of Roger in the muffler, that is in the mufflers and pipes, that's the Battery Doctors, number 38, Kenny Delman. Fourth row inside, the Hair of the Dog Grooming Salon, 81, Mark Hintz. The mufflers and pipes, 33, Mike Marshall alongside, 66, Mike Caton, and 189, Johnny Reed round out the field. Hey, here's my long-lost buddy Jimmy Trado taking the big walk back through the infield area. No Mike is the word I get from Jimmy. It doesn't surprise me a bit. Dave O'Connell getting the jump on the field as we're go green in an 8-lap Sportsman heat race event. '57 O'Connell setting the pace. Hallyson running in the number 2 spot as Roger Scheffler goes around up in corner number 4. And the yellow flag appears for the Roger Scheffler spin over in corner number 4 as extensive body work. 89, Hallyson back to work as your race leader with O'Connell hounding him at the drop of the green. O'Connell moves inside of Hallyson and Dave O'Connell becomes your new race leader. Hallyson goes around in heavy traffic. He's backwards up in corner number 4 as O'Connell continues to set the pace. Scott Kuxhause is driver we believe is running in the number 2 spot, car 57, and doing an impressive job as the Roger Scheffler machine once again slows up in corner number 4. Yellow flying for the multi-car incident up in corner number 4. Both the Roger Scheffler and the Hallyson machines becoming disabled, so it looks like a lift truck or a push truck at least will have to go to the aid of Roger Scheffler. Currently runs in the number 2 spot with car 57. 81, Hintz in 3rd. O'Connell resumes as your race leader. Kuxhause goes to the number 2 spot in car 57. Then it's Hintz and Mike Caton. Caton starting well back in the pack in car 66, already working his way to 4th. O'Connell out in front of the field and stretching it out over Kuxhause. 66, Caton advances to the number 3 spot at Hintz's expense. Remains your race leader as Kuxhause runs in the number 2 spot. Torrid battle for the 3rd position as 66 Caton once again is challenged by 81 Hintz for the spot. Hintz moves inside of Caton. Hallyson in 89 goes into the concrete on the back chute as it produces yet another yellow flag incident, and Kuxhouse's number 57 goes up in smoke at the same instant. So a rough break for Scott Kuxhause, who is running in the number 2 position, now trailing an awful lot of smoke over in the corner 4 area. Of the bartenderesses does a whale of a job at yesteryear public
Well,
grill.
she'll be here tonight to present the trophy, so maybe your number's on here, Tom. We'll have to see.
I loaded that thing up, Jimmy. Okay, 2 laps remain. Race leader Dave O'Connell. O'Connell now out in front of Mark Hintz, who has his hands full, staving off the repeated challenges of 66 Caton, who's just annexed the number 2 spot. Hintz takes a shot at the rear bumper of Caton's machine and deposits himself in the infield in the process. Race leader O'Connell, just a half lap from victory as he sails up the back straightaway. Dwayne Sweeney looks down to the area, corners 3 and 4. He sees the approaching O'Connell. O'Connell picks up a heat race victory here this evening. Mike Caton will finish in the runner-up spot with Mike Marshall third and Kenny Delman rounding out the top 4 slots. Attention in the late model pits. Gentlemen, your late model semi-feature is slated to go immediately upon the completion of the next 8-lap Sportsman Heat Race event. Let's have a nice big round of applause. Dave O'Connell rolls by and one Buick Regal, Marty Summers, the chauffeur. The A. Goffel and Son sheet metal number 53, Bobby Rose, and outside of him in the Central Services, 73, that's Ronnie Lingford. The American Family number 42 has Wendell Wolf aboard them. Boucher Chevrolet 51, that's Steve Langhoff. Final row inside the Ultra Auto Body number 95, Keith Normandin, and still, unfortunately, we don't have a driver's name on the 98 automobile. Jim Levy is the driver of car number 98. Jim Levy driving the Riverside Truck and Auto Supply number 98.
Jim Levy in the 98 car, one of the competitors coming down from Plymouth. Levy usually running weekly in the Sportsman division up there. He has the 98, the wing, the modified wing of Wayne Wiener-Getsch, past track champion in the modified division at Plymouth. Jim Levy borrowing the wing and starting in the rear of the field as we're underway.
Bobby Gutenick takes command at the drop of the green. Gutenick out in front of Summers. Then it's 83 Popple riding in the third spot. But look at Summers with the inside move in his Buick Regal. Door handle with 10 Gutenick. Gutenick, who's had his crash problems in recent weeks, now relinquishes the top spot to 21 Summers. Marty Summers out in front of Bobby Gutenick with 73. Lingford in the number 3 spot. Then it's Popple, the sometimes late model, sometimes Sportsman driver, running fourth. Frank Wirtz looking extremely sharp in 0, getting tangled up with Popple for the moment, but continuing on. Marty Summers, 10, Bobby Gutenick, 73, Lingford is now Gutenick mounts a challenge once again for the top spot. Gutenick looking inside of Summers. Summers steps on the throttle of the powerful Buick Regal and outdistances, at least for the moment, Gutenick in car 10. The race stabilizing with Summers out in front of Gutenick. 73, Lingford riding in the third spot. And Popple having a bunch of mirror full of 0. Frank Wirtz. Gutenick refusing to give up as he dogs Summers for the top spot. But Summers holds him at bay as they go down into corner number 3 yet another time. Summers relinquishing the inner groove of the speedway to Gutenick. It could be his undoing. Now Lingford wants a piece of the action as he looked under Gutenick for the moment. But Gutenick back to work on Summers as he's even with him between corners 3 and 4. Summers a little higher than he should be. 2 laps remain. Lingford becomes a factor once again. Marty Summers, Bobby Gutenick in a classic battle as Gutenick bounced through the infield area and takes command. Lingford moves inside of Summers and he'll go to the number 2 spot with a lap remaining. Dwayne Sweeney with the white flag displayed, a lap remaining for race leader Bobby Gutenick. Up the back chute yet another time for Gutenick as Gutenick, with his car all squared away for tonight's action, picks up the 4th Sportsman heat of the evening. 73, Ronnie Lingford finishes second, 21 Summers third, and 83, Jeff Popple rounds out the top 4. Well, Bobby Gutenick, the proprietor of Oak Creek Automotive, pilots his Oak Creek Estates number 10 Oldsmobile home to victory here this evening as Gutenick rolls down to pick up a checkered flag of victory. Let's have a nice big round of applause. Bobby Gutenick.
Interesting to note that's the cars in the Sportsman division, of course. I hate to say it, but the orange and yellow number 1 has a little bit of water or possibly oil smoke spewing out the rear of the wedge car that's going for its second clean sweep in a row, starting at the rear of the field, Tom. It should be interesting in this Sportsman feature.
Well, Scheffler has his work cut out for him, Jimmy, as we look upstream. Bolashchev from the pole, car number 9, and outside of him, hey, a driver that I really like, car number 44, improving quickly. In fact, each and every night here at Hales throughout the season, 44, Bobby Walthall. Second row inside, driving the yesteryear Pub and Grill X machine tonight, it's J. Paul Weber. Alongside of Weber, car number 20, Danny Beck. Third row inside, 97, Eddie LeMay Jr. outside, car number 12, Bobby Rasmussen. Fourth row inside, the rookie driver, Mike Weir in car 47, and outside of him, car 36, so impressive during earlier heat race competition, Terry Patenode. Fifth row inside, car 5, Frank Dankenberger, outside 13, Dan Boosbach. Jim Peetson inside the next row, car number 69, and outside of him, car 112, Dan Scholl. 2, Pat Hacksaw Heaney, and outside the Hacksaw in X51, it's Montello's Larry Richards. Next row inside, the driver searching for a clean sweep here this evening, Mr. Excitement himself, number 1, Donny Scheffler, and outside of Donny. In car number 26, it's Jimmy Straseski. Tail end of the field, all by his lonesome. Aboard the Door City number 64, rookie driver Mike Arnold, and it looks like added to the field in car number 81, Mark Hintz. Did I just get a scoop? In Bolashchev on the pole, outside Walthall in car 44, as 20 grueling laps for the Pro Star Sportsman division about to go green. Beautiful trophies provided by Yesteryear Pub and Grill. Scott Bolashchev out in front as Jim Peetson gets together with 2 Hacksaw Heaney. Dwayne Sweeney displays the yellow flag as track rules provide for a complete lap under the green. On sale at the track here this evening is a coupon for a free drink at Yesteryear. So Karen Schoenfeld, Jeff Jasicki, very instrumental in the racing program here at Hales. Bump and grind is the word of the day. Over in corners 1 and 2 is now Bobby Walthall takes over the top spot. Walthall out in front of Bolashchev as the action's hot and heavy between corners 3 and 4. Mike Weir out of it in the early going. Parks his number 47 machine in the infield area as a tangle between the 2 drivers running up front. Result, and another spin. Dan Scholl goes around. He collects the Scheffler number 1 automobile. And there's a yellow over in corner number 3. A Dan Scholl spin. Taking along with him, Donny Scheffler in car number 1. And now more action over in corner number 2 as the Bobby Walthall machine needs a left front tire.
Guy on the pole, the number 9 car.
Don't have to worry about Scott Bolashchev. Hey, the race is in good hands with Bolashchev. Bolashchev, a seasoned Sportsman competitor, goes high to make sure no one jumps up on the outside racing group. And Bolashchev leads it down into corner number 1. Bolashchev out in front of J. Paul Weber, who's running in the number 2 spot with car X. Then it's Patenode in car 36, right up the middle. He gets together with Weber, and Patenode running like a driver possessed. Challenging for the lead. Terry Patenode looks outside of Bolashchev. Could it be Patenode's night to star here at Hales? Terry Patenode takes over the top spot. Patenode high on the speedway. Once again, challenged by 9, Bolashchev. Danny Meck rides third. 13, Moosbach fourth, and Weber in the X automobile rides in 5th. Patenode stretches it out over Bolashchev. as Pitson moves into the top 5 with car 69. He works under Moosbach for 4th. Pitson goes to 3rd. Jim Pitson on the move in car 69 as he zeroes in on 9 Boscheff's automobile. '36. Terry Patenode continues to set the pace with Jim Pitson now in the number 2 position. Patenode up to the concrete as he tries to hang on to the top spot. Larry Richards works his way to 4th in X51 and zeroes in on Boscheff's number 9 automobile. Kevin Getch of Sheboygan Falls slows over at corner number 1 as Pitson makes the bid for the lead. Pitson to the infield area, side by side with 36 Patenode, but Patenode holds him off as 51 Richards now runs 3rd, and 1 Mr. Excitement's on the move. Donny Scheffler advances to 4th. Jim Pitson scored as the leader of that last lap as he nipped Terry Patenode at the stripe. Pitson now stretches it out over Patenode, who has developed a badly misfiring engine in car 36. Richards looks under Patenode as Pitson puts a lap on rookie driver Mike Arnold in car 64. Works his way to 2nd in car 51 as Pitson has a problem, at least for the moment, with a car he's about to put a lap on. 1 Scheffler tangles with 36. Patenode as Donny Scheffler works his way to 3rd. Jim Pitson continues to set the pace with 51. Richards running in the number 2 spot. Then it's 1 Don Scheffler 3rd. 36 Patenode remains 4th with 13 Moosbach 5th. Pitson's automobile now starting to smoke as Pitson, your race leader, heads for the pit. Don Scheffler moved around the outside of 51 Richards, who's also slowed. Donny Scheffler clear sailing ahead as he's your new race leader. Richards' automobile very slow on the main chute as number 2, Pat Heaney, battles for the number 2 spot. Patenode retires from the event, car 36. Heaney goes to 2nd in car number 2. 5 laps remaining, Don Scheffler. Scheffler continues to be race leader with the laps winding down. Scheffler on his way to his 2nd consecutive clean sweep of Sportsman competition here at Hales. The word we get, Pat Heaney in car number 2 is a lap down, so Heaney will not be a factor in the outcome here this evening. As Donny Scheffler in car number 1 has 2 laps remaining. 2 laps remain for Don Scheffler, your race leader. Unofficially, 13, Dan Moosbach runs 2nd. 5, Dankenberger should be 3rd. We'll give you the official rundown when we have it from scoring, but the white flag appears for race leader Don Scheffler. Scheffler up the back straightaway one last time in car number 1 as he's about to put the 2nd clean sweep in a row in his back pocket. Donny Scheffler picks up the victory in car number 1. Unofficially, we have car number 13, Dan Moosbach finishing 2nd. 5, Frank Dankenberger 3rd, and from there on back, it's anybody's guess. as Donny Scheffler picks up the victory in the Concrete Racing Corporation #1 automobile.
I do believe Pat Haney did spend some time in the pit area and came right out at the tail end of the first caution. And as you can see, the wing on the #1 car, the S1 of Donny Scheffler, caught some debris coming out of turn 4 in the final lap and has cracked completely in half. So when he comes to a stop, you'll see it flopping in the front.
That's that Frenchman I alluded to before, debris.
That's a lot of mucho buccos hanging on that wing, though. That's a lot of plexiglass to hang up there.
Yeah, I'd hate to buy that stuff. That's big dollar Lexan, isn't it, from the GE Corporation or something like that?
Something like that, but I'm sure he's not too worried because it did come in the final corner, and it only cracked one sponsor a little bit there.
Well, he's got a big dollar sponsor, the Zyder boys. So Tony and Bob they've got deep pockets. So Donny Scheffler with nothing to worry about. The word we get from starter Mark Sweeney is you have 3 minutes to present the entire field for tonight's 50 lap late model main. 3 minutes, gentlemen. The pit gate will be closed upon the completion of those 3 minutes. If you are not in the original starting field, keep yourself right in the pit area.
Scott Kuxhause was a little bit eager to get on the throttle, and that yellow and blue 57 sitting outside the front row. We'll have to go complete restart and back to double file order as they were 2 and 3 wide coming down the front straight.
Well, Kuxhause races at another track. You alluded to the possibility of him being a Chicagoland competitor, but we are set to go green with 12 laps of Sportsman semi-feature action. Kuxhause takes an early lead as Bobby Rose drifts high with a badly smoking car. Rose gets tangled up with 73, Ronnie Lingford, several other cars, Wendell Wolf, Roger Scheffler, all involved in the melee. A complete restart at tonight's Sportsman Semi will be the order of the evening. So Bobby Rose's car getting a little bit out of shape, getting a little help from Ronnie Lingford, and Bob Rose refurbished automobile that wound up the green on this complete restart. And Rose goes around on the main chute, and tremendous melee is the result. The Gutenick machine badly battered, as is the Caton 66. Slated to go 12. Never called one yet because of a frozen radiator, but this might be the first one. Kuxhause back to work in car 57. Roger Scheffler to the outside of Lingford. He looks to the top portion of the speedway as Scheffler's on the move, trying to wrestle the second spot from Lingford car 73. Roger Scheffler advanced to the number 2 spot and sets sail for current race leader Scott Kuxhause.
Bobby Gutenick now making a charge on the outside on round number 33. Mark Marshall now on the back straight.
Scott Kuxhause has a rear view mirror full of the number 18 Scheffler Wedge automobile as the laps wind down. Jeff Popple in the concrete on the main straightaway. He slows and heads to the pit as Scheffler closes in on race lady Kuxhause.
Kuxhause now using up the racetrack, but it appears that the wedge body is finally paying off for Roger Scheffler. Kuxhause trying to use any possibility of traction on the outside, now the inside in the corner, but now here comes the 18 of Scheffler on the top side.
Lap number 9 in the record book. 3 remaining, Jimmy. Can Roger pull it out? Jim Levy of Sheboygan battling for the number 3 spot with 73. Ronnie Lingford has 2 laps remaining. Race leader Scott Kuxhause. White flag, a lap remains for car 57. Your race leader, Scott Kuxhause. Kuxhause up the back straightaway and down into corner 3 for the very last time here this evening as Scott Kuxhause comes home the victor in tonight's Sportsman semi. Roger Scheffler will finish second. Ronnie Lingford holding off Jim Levy for the 3rd spot with Bobby Gutenick rounding out the top 5 in car number 10.